Hi guys, in today's video we're going to make 5 pork recipes. We're going to make asado, pork ribs, meat nachos, pork with nopalitos, and tacos al pastor. Let me show you how easy are all of these recipes. Okay, here are the ingredients for the first recipe. We're going to need pork, we're going to need onion and garlic and bay leaf and beef bouillon and cumin, salt, oregano, thyme, tomatoes, and guajillo pepper. And here's the recipe for you if you want to take notes of all the exact measurements. But remember that the spices, you do it to your taste. The first thing that we're going to do is cut the meat in cubes. I'm using pork butt and pork ribs, but the pork ribs are totally optional. You can do this with using only pork butt, and that's what I'm using here, and it tastes pretty good. Okay, now this recipe is a perfect freezer meal, and I do have the recipe for you guys. So I will leave the link on the description below so you guys can print it out and you can see all the information about it. If you only have a little piece of pork butt, if you want to do this recipe, something that I do is to add potatoes. So I peel the potatoes and I dice it, and then in the second time that I already drained my liquid, and I'm going to add that, you'll see that process later on. You're going to add the potatoes to cook together with the meat, and it's pretty delicious as well. I'm gonna clean my chiles and remove the seeds and the tail. I have boiling water. Once it's boiling, I'm going to turn it off and I'm going to add my chiles there and cover them and leave in there for like 5 to 10 minutes. I want my chiles to be soft, okay? So we're gonna leave it there for a little bit. Okay, now we're gonna cook the pork. In a large pot, add the diced pork and enough water to barely cover the meat. Add 2 to 3 cloves of garlic, 1 tablespoon of salt, and the bay leaf. We're going to cover the pot and cook for 6 minutes. Drain the meat and let's reserve the cooking liquid. In the same pot, we're going to heat 2 tablespoons of oil over medium heat. Return the pork to the pot and add cumin, oregano, and thyme. Cook, stirring frequently for another 6 more minutes, ensuring that meat is well coated with the spices and doesn't stick to the pot. Now, in a blender, we're going to combine the piece of onion, 2 cloves of garlic, the beef bouillon cube, or if you don't want to use that, you can add 1 teaspoon of salt, 2 cups of the reserved meat juice, and the chiles that they were already softened and drained, and the tomatoes, of course. We're going to blend it for 2 to 3 minutes until smooth. Pour the blended sauce through a strainer into the pot with the pork to remove any seeds. Mix the sauce well with the pork. Reduce the heat, cover the pot, and let it simmer for another around 5 to 6 minutes. Taste and adjust seasoning if necessary. We love to serve this asado de puerco with red rice and flour tortillas for a delicious meal. I will link the description below. I have 9 rice recipes that you can choose from. I have the best flour tortillas as well, so go and check it out. And there you have it. You have to give it a try. It is really good and easy, and this is a perfect freezer meal. If you want to expand this meal, you can add potatoes as well. Okay, the second recipe that I'm going to make is this delicious pork ribs that we like to eat with a yellow mustard rice, and I will leave the link for the recipe as well on the description below. First, we're going to make a paste using minced garlic. We're going to shred some onion, just like a fourth of a medium large onion. I shredded the onion so the juices can be released. I add 1/4 of a teaspoon of cumin and black pepper, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt and 2 tablespoons of water. Mix it up very well, and our paste is ready. Now, in a big bowl, I'm adding my pork ribs that are already cut, and I'm adding the paste. I'm going to mix it up very well so my ribs get some of the paste, and let it marinate inside the fridge for around 30 minutes. In a big pot, I'm adding my ribs and a cup of water, a bay leaf, mix it up, and we're going to cook them for around 6 to 8 minutes. Meanwhile, we're going to do the sauce, and we're going to need 3 tomatoes cut in half, 4 tomatillos cut in half, 1 piece of garlic, and like around a fourth of a medium onion. Add around 3 tablespoons of oil to a pan, and I'm going to add my vegetables, and I'm going to saute for 5 to 6 minutes or until the skin of the tomatoes is peeling off and the tomatillos are a dark color. On the last minute, I'm going to add 1 to 2 chiles de árbol and a chile pasilla. The chile pasilla is the cousin of the chile guajillo. You can find it where all the spices are. It's a very easy chile to find as well. And we're going to saute for the last minute. Remove the pan from the stove. Now, the next step, I'm adding all of that from my pan to my blender with 1 cube of beef bouillon and 1 cup of water. Blend it very well. After 6 to 8 minutes pass, we are going to remove the lid from the pan so all the liquid that I still have in the pan with my ribs can evaporate. And we're going to continue cooking for another 6 to 8 minutes to brown the meat. Once the meat is the way I want it, I'm going to add what we blended, and we're going to mix it up very well, and we're going to continue for the last time for another 6 to 8 minutes, and dinner is ready. We like to add on our plate a bed of rice, and on top of that, we like our ribs and enjoy. Our third recipe is these meat nachos. I did my chips because I wanted to use what I have at home, but you can go and buy them or pay attention so they don't burn like mine did. So for this recipe, we're going to need 3 pounds of pork meat, 1 beef bouillon, 6 cloves of garlic, 1 medium onion, 1 bay leaf, 1 can diced tomatoes, 3 tablespoons of chipotle pepper, 2 teaspoons of salt, 1 teaspoon of black pepper, 2 teaspoons of cumin, 2 teaspoons of paprika, and 2 teaspoons of oregano. But wait, before we continue with this recipe, let me show you something. Are you looking for a good juicer? Well, look no more and let me show you why. Okay, this is what's included. A pusher, a feeding cup, a juicer, squeezer, agar, clean brush, juicing body base, pulp cup, juice cup. The capacity is almost 2 liters. It has a safety lid lock and it has a very powerful agar. It comes with triple filter, perfect for separation of the pulp and the juice. Look at that. You have to align the locking markers when attaching the juice cup in order to lock it and be able to turn it on. If you don't do that, it won't turn on. And let me tell you something, you can use this juicer to make nuts milk as well. 2 things that you need to know about this product. The first one, this is not a dishwasher safe, so you will have to do it in your sink. Now, do not use metal brushes because you don't want to do that, okay? So use your sponge, and then they include this brush that it helps a lot to clean it up. So do it that way. The second thing is that if you use it for a long period of time, let's say for like 30, 40 minutes just running, it will overheat and it will shut it off. It will turn off, okay? And then you will have to let it cool down for a long period of time. So what they suggest is like use it 10 minutes and then let it rest for a little bit. Use it 10 minutes, rest for a little bit. But I mean, unless you do it for a lot of people, you're going to use it for more than 10 minutes, right? For the house, you use it maybe for like 3-4 minutes, and that's it. But I want you to know those 2 things because it's really important. And if it gets stuck, you have to press the reverse button that is together with the on and off button. It is very, very easy to clean. It comes with triple filter, perfect for separation of the pulp and the juice. Look at that. Something super cool about this juicer is that you don't have to cut your fruit in small pieces. You can just add the whole fruit, the entire vegetable, no cutting, no hassle. Or if it's something bigger like a cucumber, you just cut it in half and that's it. Pretty cool, huh? It has, in this triple filtration system, you get a smoother juice, and I love that. Two of my daily juice are my green juice that I drink before my breakfast and my beets juice for my iron deficiency. Doing it with this juicer, more nutrients are retained, reduce oxidation, easy absorbed by the body, easy to use, easy to clean. You have to give it a try. Now you know, give it a try. I know you're gonna love it. It's super cool that you can just add the whole fruits without you peeling and cutting it, slicing it, whatever. So I will leave in the description below all the information that you need to get this a great deal. The code, anything that you need, is gonna be in the description below. Go and check it out. Okay, now we can continue. Thank you so much, guys, for your support. I think it's gonna be easier, don't you think? So I'm just gonna put salt and pepper. Okay, let's see if I can I can make this work. Okay. Oh man. A little bit, and then I'm gonna take it to my Instant Pot for the final touch. Okay, and then I'm gonna check. Just like that. That's what I'm looking for. Look, then, this is what we're looking for. I'm gonna put on the other side. Okay. And I'm gonna give it like 2 more minutes this side, and then I'm gonna take them out of the pot of my Instant Pot. I'm gonna put them here, all my meat. I'm gonna put them inside of it. And then I'm going to continue with my next one. Okay. Okay, while that's happening, I'm going to slice my entire onion. Okay. So I'm just going to peel it. Okay. And I'm just going to slice it. So we can have it ready. You can use any type of tomato that you like. I like the Mexican one because it has lemon and jalapenos, but you can use anyone. And we're not gonna drain it. We're gonna use the liquid. So now let's go back to the stove. And I'm gonna leave it there for like a minute, just to get a little translucent. Okay. Are like this. I'm going to add my garlics. So I'm just gonna put it right there. And I have 5 more. Or not, 2 more. Let's see if we can make it. Do you think we can make it? Okay. I did it. Whew. That was heavy. Okay. So I have my garlic. I'm going to add, so I want to add cumin, paprika. I'm not going to add the oregano yet. I'm adding my salt, my pepper. I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of chipotle, and I'm gonna mix it up for like 30 seconds. Okay. Okay. Okay, then I'm going to add half a cup of water, my cube, and I'm just going to, you can do powdered as well, I just didn't have it, but I'm gonna mix it up a little bit here. So okay. I'm going to add my bay leaf and the oregano. Okay. Mix it up for another 30 seconds. Oh my gosh, this smells so good. And last but not least, I'm gonna add my tomatoes with their juice. And I'm just gonna have it here for like a minute. Okay, so let's do it just for a minute. Okay, this is ready. I'm going to turn it off. And now if you see, I have my pot here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just going to add all of this to there. All of it. Oh my gosh. Okay. And I'm gonna take it to the Instant Pot and I'm gonna cook it for 45 minutes. For these nachos, you totally can use the store-bought chips, 100% yes. But I'm gonna show you the authentic way we do it. We fry our own tortillas, and the reason that we make our own chips, or totopos we call them, is because those, when you fry them, it takes way longer for them to get soggy. They're gonna be crispy almost your entire time that you're eating. What happened with ones that you bought at the store, they get soggy very quick, and I don't like that. So what I did was, I cut my tortilla in 4 pieces so I can have big triangles and they can hold the meat and the cheese and the pico de gallo and all the stuff that we're gonna do, okay? So I'm gonna fry my tortillas. Okay guys, so I'm gonna get my meat out and I'm gonna put it on a plate so I can shred it. Oh, look at this. Smells so freaking good. So delicious. 45 minutes was more than enough. Like this is shredding by himself. And that's what we want. Then, okay. I'm going to get my bay leaf out. And everything that is here. I saw a little piece of meat. Okay, everything that is here, I'm gonna blend it. So, okay. Let me move my meat. I'm going to add everything here, all of it. Okay, whew. A piece of meat. Okay, and we're gonna blend it. Be very careful, okay, this is very hot. Okay, so let's blend it. Okay, in this pot, I'm going to add what we blend, and I'm gonna leave it here for like 3 to 5 minutes in medium heat. Meanwhile, I'm going to shred my meat so I can bring it back here and get all the juices as well. So let's leave it from 3 to 5 minutes here. Okay, the shredded part of the meat, it's gonna be very simple and easy because it's like, look, it's very, because it's very soft, really, really soft. Guys, after 5 minutes, I'm just going to add my shredded, oh, it's so hot, my shredded pork, okay, all of it. And I'm gonna leave it here for like 3 more minutes. And that's it. We'll make our nachos. So I'm just gonna leave it here for 3 minutes. Okay, oh my gosh. This smells divine. Divine. You can make that. My oven is preheated at 350 Fahrenheit, 180 Celsius. I'm gonna have here a cookie sheet with aluminum foil, and I put some of my chips It can be homemade chips or it can be just mozzarella cheese. Once you add that layer of cheese, we're going to add a layer of my shredded meat, and then we're going to finish with a layer of cheese as well. Then we're gonna put it in the oven. Once I finish with my last layer of cheese, I'm gonna put it in the oven, a preheated oven, 350 Fahrenheit, 180 Celsius, for only 10 minutes. I only want my cheese to be melted, that's all.
Kids, their mom was coming home late from work, and then all they did was they grabbed plates and they put hot Cheetos. Yeah, something.
Okay, this is our next recipe using nopalitos. Here are the ingredients for this recipe. I am cutting my pork meat in cubes and I'm going to season them with salt, pepper, cumin, and oregano. Mix it up very well and cook it in medium-low heat until the meat is brown. It's around 10 minutes or so. Meanwhile, we're going to make the sauce or the salsa. In a pan, I'm going to add around 2 tablespoons of oil. Then I'm going to add my tomatoes that I'm going to cut either in half or in fourth. I'm going to add the onion, the 4 cloves of garlic, and your serrano peppers or your jalapeno peppers, and saute them for around 5 minutes. Once it's ready, we're going to blend them with 1 cup of water, 2 cubes of tomato bouillon, and we're gonna blend it very well. Once the meat is the way I want it, I will add my nopalitos. I like to cut it in small pieces, then add them to my pot. The nopalitos are already cooked, so we don't have to worry about that. Then we're going to mix them up, and then we add the salsa, mix it up again, and we'll let it cook for another 4 minutes. And dinner is ready. We like to eat this pork recipe either with rice or beans. I will leave as well the recipe for my refried beans on the description below, so you guys can go and check it out. Okay, and the last recipe that I want to share with you is our best tacos. Tacos al pastor. I am not going to show you all the process in this video just because I have a video with it. So I will leave the link for that. So you're going to check it out, that video. I have the recipe as well for you ready to print. So I will leave the link for the description. And I will leave the link for the recipe on the description below. And you don't have to use the tool that I use here to put your meat. What I do, I just cut my pork meat into cubes and then season it, and you can just cook it in your stove or in the grill, and it's really, really good. And that, it's a perfect freezer meal as well. I hope you enjoy these 4 pork recipes, and we'll see you next Sunday. Enjoy your week, guys. Bye.